Welcome back to Read No Evil, where we get into all the gritty details of your favorite horror books. This week, we're doing the second part of Opportunity by Wes See, chapters 15 to 40.
Hey, I know that guy.
I'm Shaela Payne.
I'm Ian.
Brother. Okay. Before we get into it, do you have
The squirrel turned into a demon! It's a monster!
Yeah.
Basically, I didn't mean to
My immediate, guttural reaction to the end of this section was I was flabbergasted, if you were to say.
I was buffooned. No, dude, that was totally. Okay, it's really, really disgustingly visceral.
Okay, but in a good way, because if we want to talk about the book that I hate, A Certain Hunger, I like this sort of visceral compared to that sort of visceral.
Yeah, because remember my point about my issue with A Certain Hunger, which I also thought was genius writing, was that
because it was really well written, yeah.
Mixed visceral violence, like bodily violence, with bodily sexual activity.
Yeah.
And it meshed them together to where it started talking about one and then it goes into the other and you had no idea when that transition happened.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
I don't want to give that book any more space.
We're not talking about that.
We're talking about the good
that
book.
Eats kids.
Well, yeah. The middle kid.
Yeah.
Also, way to start with the middle kid, because they always get forgotten.
And
because there were 6 kids.
He had his time to shine.
He had his time to shine. This is whenever you realize trusting the enemy isn't always going to get you the power that you thought it was going to. Like power proximity, that's not really a real thing. You're still oppressed.
Yeah.
So, Anthony's dead. My man.
My man wasn't really my man for any reason. He was just a kid to me.
Do you have a favorite kid? Because I'm really rooting for Mia. The woman's smart, or the kid's smart.
I think I am rooting for Mia because she is the oldest and responsible one. She's trying to be on top of the other kids and make sure that the house continues to function and the kids don't get too rowdy. And she's trying to be, basically what I was saying, responsible. So I guess if I was going to root for someone, it would be her. But then there's so much back and forth with what's going on that I'm trying to, again, it's written in a really, really nice way. And it's a little fast-paced in the way of how it bounces around to little events that happen, and then the chapters start to pile up, and then it feels like you're somersaulting into the big inciting incident.
Yeah, I always think that whenever I section off these books, I like to think that I section them off well, but I forgot that this takes over the course of a weekend, and I kind of I think the next chapter is Sunday. So I'm wondering if I should have separated it like that, but nevertheless, crazy way to end.
You think a whole night passes?
In 2 chapters, I looked.
Oh,
I looked to the next page and it said Sunday.
It does, doesn't it? Ooh, that's so freaky.
So, because from the scene, okay, to jump all the way to the last part, I'll go back. I'll give a quick summary.
We'll come back. You're gonna give okay.
I'm gonna give the summary. You've lost your privileges, dude.
I can do it.
You can't.
Okay, go ahead. What?
So, what I was gonna say is that the kid, Anthony, is getting eaten alive because he's still alive. He's just paralyzed. And then on top of that, is he feeling all the pain? I'm assuming.
Maybe not.
I think he is.
But he can't react or do anything. It doesn't say that he does.
Well, because Jolene, funny ass fucking name for the squirrel.
And the squirrel's a man.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, because when the squirrel is talking about himself, it's referring to himself as he, him.
But all the children are calling him
girl.
a she. It's girl.
Even one of the kids literally says, they came up with the name, they say, let's call her Jolene. And then one of the kids goes, Dad says it was a boy. And then
they go, how does Dad know?
Yeah, how does he know?
Yeah, but the squirrel is referring to, okay, well, Jolene,
refers
him.
To, yeah.
Him? Love that you just found out what that reference is. Smosh fans know what it is, but okay.
What are we talking about?
Nothing. Back to the important stuff. Let me give the summary.
Yeah, okay, so where did we leave off, Shaela? What happened in this really gross little book?
Parents left. Mia is taking care of the rest of the children. Anthony is really obsessed about the Ouija board. Mia keeps talking to her mom, being like, "Hey, this Ouija board's out. Can he please put it away?" Blah blah blah. There's something that I want to bring up to that later. Anyways, it's just the night goes on. Mia makes them dinner. The rest of the kids decide to do the Ouija board for a little bit of fun, and then stuff happens. the squirrel ends up getting possessed, and then Anthony dies. That's like the quick book. So that's like the quick
Wow, that
notes
was
of
really
it.
quick.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have still been at the beginning of this.
Because I was thinking about it, and I understand now how you get
you
to
want
your,
to talk about the little
when I
stuff.
go through it, I'm like, okay, and I have a note about this, and I have a note about this because I'm afraid I'm gonna forget it.
Right.
The note that I had was that oh, I fucking forgot. Never mind.
You're the only one talking. I didn't even say anything. Anyway, I could share something if that would help jog your memory.
It'll come back.
On the Ouija board thing, the kids were really obsessed about wanting to play with it because that kid, Anthony, right, like the little middle guy, he really badly wants to talk to Mr. Tom, as he calls it, which we're assuming was some kind of spirit ghost that he has interactions with.
I have now remembered what I was gonna say.
You can go ahead and say it, I guess.
Okay. Where the Ouija board came from.
Right.
Mia later in this section calls the mom. They're talking. Mom's like, "Hey, we have to stay an extra night." Mia goes, "Okay, but I figured out where the Ouija board came from, which is why I don't like it, and it's because it came from Father Dinniker's random woman that was outside in the graveyard next to the kid coffins."
You're saying that's her?
No, I'm not saying that's her. I'm saying that that's like there's a loose tie about because they mentioned another woman and like saying that like her kid died, but then doesn't say how her kid died. And then the mom's saying, yeah, well, she gave all of her toys, like gave all of her kids' toys away because she doesn't have another kid.
The pain of the memory and
right.
like all that stuff.
And so, and then Mia's saying, yeah, that Ouija board is hers from her dead kid. So I'm like, okay, is this going to be in the second book?
I wonder if there's a little bit more of that backstory involved because I don't know if they even mention that again.
They've implied to it a few times. It's scattered because Wes is like really good at writing like little bits.
This guy's so good at this.
This guy's so good at this. But he's really good at tying in those little things, like the way that we were talking about, like the house being structured and him bringing that up, the way that like he talks about the like introducing the priests, introducing the past dead kids, talking about how one of the kids, I can't remember, was like obsessed with like morbid animals.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then in this section, like a couple chapters later, we now see a possessed squirrel.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of read it as if I'm watching a film where I'm like, okay, these are the little like drops of information about where it's foreshadowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to wonder about like what could have happened to that kid before. Like, was it some other animal that got possessed, or was it some other occurrence that happened with that Ouija? How do you say it?
Ouija board.
Ouija board. That Ouija board, because the Ouija board does work. Like they use it, and the thing actually does move their hands around, and there's a response that comes out of it.
Near the end of the section, they go. Because I can't do chapters because each page is a chapter. So like near the end of the section, the squirrel talks about how, or I don't think it's the squirrel. I actually think it's like Wes's writing, like the perspective of like like being talked about the family, where it's like all of the children move into place as if being guided by the spirit.
Exactly. Like because the spirit, like they wanted them to finish the transfusion, transition, the thing.
When Mia shut it down Friday night, because this is now Saturday, because most of this section is Saturday. When Mia shut it down on Friday night, they didn't say goodbye. And all of them were saying, like, we need to say goodbye, we need to say goodbye. And Mia was like, not tonight, you don't.
That's the thing with the Ouija board, right? If you say hello and open your space to whatever happens, you have to close it.
There are 3 rules. So you can't play alone, you can't play above a graveyard, and you have to always say goodbye at the end.
A graveyard also is a
thing? You can't play over it, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or like in it or anything like that. I'm wondering if you are like in a plane and you're doing it and you fly over a graveyard at the time, if you can like...
Can you? But don't you need candles and stuff though? You can't use candles on a plane.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Never mind. What if like a fake candle? No, like you probably need like natural elements.
Are the ghosts gonna know?
Probably, because it's like natural energy.
Yeah, so natural energy can come out of like a lamp. Lamps also get hot.
So back to what I was saying.
Entirely ignoring that.
Yeah, no. But go.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mr. Tom is the spirit thing.
Right.
It pushed, like it prodded the kids into this thing where they were asking Mr. Tom what does he want, and Mr. Tom wants a vessel. And they're like, what's a vessel? And then okay, I really like that sequence where they're asking out loud as dumb little kids, what is the spirit talking about when it says the word vessel, that he wants a vessel? What is a vessel? They don't know what that means. And then the scary part is that Mr. Tom, using the Ouija board, answers with the movements and spells out a different word, a shape.
Yeah.
They're like, a shape? What does it mean, a shape?
I found that really funny.
Form.
Yeah.
like it tries to dumb down
It's like
what
a
it's
human
looking
body.
for.
It's like a squirrel body.
I want a body to inhabit.
Yeah.
So they go a form, and they're like, oh, one of us. Like which? And that was the creepy thing where one of the kids was like, which one of us do you want?
But they did it so openly, and I'm like, you stupid
I was like,
fucks.
you dumbass kids.
Like, okay,
You're
you
like,
are
you
so
want
compelled.
the ghost of something to possess you.
Well, I feel like as a kid, first off, George, stupid.
Jorge, you mean?
I'm calling him George.
Fine.
Do you really think his
On
name
the
is
page,
Jorge?
on the page, it's
Yeah.
Jorge. I swear.
Is
Ask
that
the writer. You know, you have this man's number.
You have this man's number.
Okay. So then, but
Then text him.
I don't need to text him because I know
You
the
said
answer.
it's interchangeable?
Not.
You said
sure,
it was.
it can be interchangeable, but like not if it's written down on
We
a page.
just got drinks with him and we didn't ask him.
That wasn't.
So, anyways, I'm really disappointed in him because, like, he's fallen into that mentality. No! In George.
In Jorge.
Yes, because
Jorge Cito.
he doesn't feel like something's wrong. Like him and me are supposed to be like handling shit together.
They're
Like
he's one of the oldest.
I think he's 16. I don't know how old Mia is. I think Mia's 17.
Okay.
So it's like they're supposed to do it together, and then even like I think it was last section where they were arguing because they were trying to like get one of the kids to bed Friday night, and then he was trying to play both sides, and Mia was like, "Stop! You can't do what Dad does. Like you can't play both sides."
Interesting.
Yeah.
I missed that. That went over my head.
Also, fun note: Mia getting paid $20 to watch all these kids. Nah.
It's not a lot of money.
Nah. Anyways.
What are you gonna buy? A fucking
Popsicle.
McMuffin.
Exactly.
Sausage egg McMuffin. That's probably all you can probably get with $20 nowadays.
A sweet tea. I could go for that.
That's sweet. $20 for a sweet tea? No.
Well, like plus the meal.
Plus.
Can you go back to what? Go ahead.
Do you know what is cool though? Is like the way the possession actually happens. That it's like the kids have to give permission for the possession to occur almost.
I'm also wondering if setting the Ouija board on top and letting Jolene touch it
is what helped.
Is what helped it. Because also, did the spirit give the squirrel that name? Because the squirrel only became more coherent, has been getting more coherent and like talking more, especially like in his
more.
sections. Yeah, and like learning more, but has never said his name. He didn't even know Anthony's name until after he ate him. But
yeah.
So that's why I'm like, funny ass fucking thing for the spirit to be like, Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom to be like, that's my man Jolene.
I think, well, Mr. Tom's saying that because the kids did name Jolene out loud beforehand.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, never
I said that earlier.
Literally went over my head.
I said that maybe 6 minutes ago. Actually, I'm not sure.
Would you believe if I said I wasn't listening?
I do.
Okay.
I believe that.
Okay.
You look at me, but what's there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing in my eyes.
The kids do name Jolene,
Oh, okay,
and then I like that Mr. Tom, the spirit, is like, I want Jolene. Like, spells that out. And they're like, what does he want with Jolene? The squirrel?
Yeah.
And then we get inside of Jolene's head, his head, and that he feels a presence. I love the descriptions of that.
Yeah.
Like, there is something in the air, like a subtle vibration, and then Jolene senses it and realizes that there's something else there in his head.
Well, even before that, Mia felt the sensation. Because also, like, Mia was the only one that wasn't drawn to the Ouija board and, like, with the rest of the family. But she did feel something whenever she was at her vanity.
Yeah.
Which made her come out to be, like, to have them stop. Because I'm also wondering if it was just I'm wondering if it was, like, the biggest plan to, like, have them all do that, and then at the end of it, put the Ouija board on top of... Because I think Jolene had to touch the Ouija board. I think that was like the transference.
There had to be some kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, like it couldn't be closed in terms of like them saying goodbye.
Yeah.
And it had to, and like he said he licked it. Did Jolene say I could put my tongue on it? Did I read that wrong?
I don't know if I remember reading that sentence, but I'm inclined to believe you.
Well, that's my canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that possession though, it's also really funny the way that this spirit goes into Jolene, and it's like, I can show you the world, like I can show you splendors, and the splendors that he's talking about I thought were really funny, which is a massive forest that belongs to Jolene.
Oh, yep, all his trees.
And Jolene is entirely a man, because the thing that he's imagining in his perfect world is females in every tree just for him, and then duplicates of him, offspring. You know, it's like the things that, what could a squirrel want? It's to eat
what would
food,
a man
survive,
want? Your like traditional
copulate.
version, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like procreate and create just thousands more.
Like an army of your offspring that listen to you.
Exactly.
Which is so fucking funny because, well, I mean, it's a Christian family. It's a biblical family. It's a
So they would
biblical
understand,
story.
obviously.
So it would make sense that the squirrel now, its wants would now be.
Jolene just had to, instead of having to eat this kid, he just should have talked to him and been like, I want a wife.
Yeah, and they probably would have went and found them one because, you know, yeah. And then he's like, my kids.
I want many wives and many children out of each wife, but I don't pay child support for any of them.
No.
That's what he wants
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
He wants freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the true freedom.
True freedom.
Being a man. The spirit does say that what it can give Jolene, the squirrel, is the title of our book. It's opportunity.
Which I love it because I'm like, hey, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
We can end it.
We can
Close
end
this
it.
shit.
Yeah.
Which is true. It's everything that what the spirit is getting out of this transaction is the opportunity to possess something and to grow, assumingly, because that's what happened the second that like they fuse together.
Yeah, it's the traditional like demon thing. Like it has to have a soul to possess. It's therefore like kind of it makes it. It's kind of twisted because it gives it a soul. Like that's what Jolene was saying at the end of this section of like, oh, I feel like I have a soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because by eating Anthony or just by inhabiting the spirit thing, Jolene gets bigger, like physically bigger. And I'm picturing it's like, you know, what is like the right comparison to this? Maybe the Underworld movies? No. I'm thinking,
what are you thinking
or
of?
Van Helsing, when like the werewolf transforms, it feels like the upper layer skin rips open and there's like new stuff coming out from underneath.
But
like
it's not. But it's not just that. It feels more gritty. Like it has open sores almost.
Yeah.
And then there's new skin underneath that, and then it continues because if like from what we've read so far, it seems like he's just going to keep getting bigger. Yeah. Because him being like slightly bigger. Like just being a big squirrel, because
bigger than any squirrel in history.
After he eats Anthony, but before that, he's just a large squirrel. Because then, like, remember,
shit. He's just a large squirrel.
Because he's walking through the house,
upright,
and upright, yeah,
newspaper in hand,
coffee in other hand,
in the other hand,
getting ready for his day to murder children, and
not just murder. He's gonna eat them probably.
Sure, and then. He goes up to Rudy's door, tries to open it. Is the door locked? I'm assuming it's locked because he said that there's resistance.
Probably locked, or he can't open it.
I read it twice. Okay, there we go. I read that section twice because I was like, he doesn't open it, or the door has resistance. And I thought that the door was locked, but I was like, that doesn't really make sense because like, why would the kid lock? Like, why would she lock her door?
Right.
Sort of thing. But then. You saying that like he's not strong enough, I'm like, okay, that makes sense because first off, fucking Mr. Tom was like, we're gonna kill her right now. Because
Mr. Tom says in Jolene's head that he perceives this as the threat, like
he perceives her as a threat.
So eat her.
Yeah, but he's full of shit because then whenever they go to the other two kids' rooms, he's gonna also eat the little ones, and then this like Jolene's like, no, not them. And then just backs out into the darkness of the hallway. Funny as fuck. I can only imagine if that was like being filmed.
A spooky squirrel.
This would be so hard for it not to be
funny
comedy. Like it would have to be done in like such a particular way.
Oh, I think it could come off as like a really scary way because like if you're a squirrel with like shiny glowy eyes or something, that is kind of freaky.
Yeah, but the way that
looking fucked up.
The way that I read it though, I was like, I literally just see him like walk like Peter Griffin it. Like just walking back into the
That's such a Are you picturing like a fat little squirrel?
No, I'm picturing a muscular one, but when I read it, I did picture just like almost tripping over himself when he walked back out, but I know that's probably not how it's written. But then whenever they go to Anthony's room and they like make it a point to be like, oh, the middle one, and Mr. Tom's like, he's not a threat, and
He's
then
an ally.
fucking kills him.
Yeah.
Okay, going back just a little bit. You sees him as an ally. Jolene, for some reason, has a fucking problem with that man, that little boy, and is like, nah, he's it. We're gonna kill him. Him? Yeah, him. And gets stuck in the bedroom. Anthony's so fucking like precious. The man, like that. I always say the man. I'm not used to talking about children so much, but such a precious kid is like, you can sleep with me. Goes to brush his teeth, come back. Can't find Jolene. Jolene's like, all right, now's the time. Jumps on his back.
Because Jolene was somewhere up above. Yeah.
Right. Could you also imagine just like climbing the wall?
Oh, that's so freaky. Like a squirrel jumps down and eats you.
Exactly. And his like flesh is like part of his flesh is torn, and like he's like expanded in other ways, and he's just like bigger, and he looks kind of probably a little deformed, but like not enough to cause concern. Because like remember, like he just like Anthony just turned on the lights, and Jolene was just like there, like caught.
It's like, oh
yeah. Not scared at all or whatever. I can see that. I read that as more horrifying than I did like the walking back out into the hallway.
We didn't even talk about how Jolene got out of his cage.
Oh my god!
Pulls the cage bars apart
so effortlessly.
He Captain America's it.
Yeah. And that was just so like casual. The same like Wes's writing is like, it's so casual. Like everything's been built up so naturally.
Yeah.
Where it didn't feel like there needed to be a build up, because everything already made sense, so you were just kind of living in it.
Yeah.
But what makes it so jarring is that the thing that happens next is the worst thing, and you just didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Like Jolene climbing up to the top of his cage to lick the Ouija board to possess this spirit, and then takes the spirit, says, oh my god, I feel everything now, and I now know how to speak, then decides to just walk to his cage. It'd be funny if he opened up the door, because that would just be really fucking funny.
Just went, I must unlock this and open the door sideways. No, he just went, it's clobbering time, and then...
Right, pulls it open, then starts walking down the hall, does everything kind of neutral, and then the stuff with Anthony, you kind of get to a point where I had forgotten that Anthony was even the middle one, so I was like, ally, who's that?
Who the hell?
Yeah, until after he was like, Anthony, I was like, ah, damn, that kind of sucks. But it immediately goes to him snapping his vertebrae with his teeth. That
made me flinch.
Right?
I did not like the way that.
But you see how it's so casual.
It's so casual that because it's one of those things, like when you read something that you didn't like reading, that you didn't realize you were about to read something that bad until after you just read it, because it just slipped into the next sentence that you read. Yeah. And it was like, ooh, God, what do you mean that's what happened? And like paralyzed the kid effectively.
Not like did. Like his hands went limp, like tried to like get Jolene off of his back, and then didn't. And it's so gruesome and it's so fast that you don't even really have time to like deal with it, because the next thing that happened is Jolene's gnawing into him, living in him for a second, like I'm assuming through the night.
Yeah.
And then like I guess going on to kill the rest of the children. And I'm like, I didn't even get to grieve with this man, like, because he's dead. Like he's fully dead. But that's like that reminds me of the foreshadowing that was done earlier. Was it Anthony that brought up morbid squirrels, or was it Eddie or one of the other little ones?
I'm gonna say it was probably him. Let's say that. Wes could be listening to this and be like, "You're fucking wrong."
Yeah.
You know, that could be happening.
Yeah.
He's screaming at us right now.
That's fine. I'll take it.
Whoop-de-doo. I don't remember.
No. Hey, be respectful.
I am respectful. It's some good writing. It's some pretty good writing.
It's like, but I can't remember.
There's a couple things I also wanted to touch on that I thought was poetically, I guess, dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
That was, now really reading it clearly, that what sucked was when the kids were sitting around together and Jolene was just there before the spirit stuff started happening. Jolene has a moment to himself where he's like, for once I actually feel okay. Because he's not out in the cold. He's not wondering where he's going to get food next. He is in a warm, comfortable place surrounded by soft noises of the kids being around. Yeah. And it's like the squirrel's taking a moment to realize, hey, I'm living life right now. This is okay.
Like I'm not surviving. I'm actually living. Yeah.
I'm living. I'm enjoying myself. and then immediately right after it's I am taking on this spirit thing. Oh, willfully, by the way. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was not even against the squirrel's will. It was the squirrel was shown a vision about what he could
Oh,
have.
greed.
Greed, right?
Yeah.
Which was everything. Naturally, you want more and more and more. Says yes. Opens his shirt. You know, lets him in. Undoes his blouse.
For sure.
Spirit comes in. Everything that the squirrel Jolene now knows is coming from the spirit, like where to bite the boy on the neck,
Yeah.
what to do, what to eat, because like the spirit's beckoning him to do that.
Yeah.
And by eating, Jolene's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Like getting more energy, because it described the spirit as this feeling of pure energy that was just building and building and building.
Yeah.
Freaky stuff.
I love it though.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens next.
And this was like a good chunk half of the book. Like it just went fast.
Yeah, and a good pace though, because now I know that like by the end of it, it's just going to be like feral from here. Like bringing in that like natural instinct of just pure animalistic shit. Like I'm excited. I say that like reluctantly because I'm assuming all the kids are gonna die, and because it goes so easily falls into gruesome as just a matter of fact, and then you move on to it. I'm wondering if any of the kids are gonna survive. So we shall see.
We haven't been shown anything of these kids like being able to like defend themselves and stuff. We got like the idea of we got hints at some stuff. Walkie-talkies and the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie hiding up in the attic, knowing about it, and some of the kids knowing to use the walkie-talkies. So that could be stuff that comes up and like maybe they fight their way out or escape, and then I want to know how big Jolene gets if he turns. I keep wanting to say she, if he turns into just some Rottweiler
like crazy fucking thing. I'm betting on my gal Mia. I'm hoping that she comes out victorious.
One would hope,
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it.
If you'd like to check us out, you might be listening to us on an audio platform of some kind, whether that be Spotify or Apple Music or something else, maybe.
All audio platforms.
Other platforms, regardless, we are also on YouTube, but as you can tell, this is just some funny videographic thing. We're working on getting video at some point. Who knows when?
Yeah, if you could follow us, please. We're really trying to grow our numbers, and comment what child do you think is going to survive?
Yeah.
You can just say 1 to 6. That's fine.
1 to 6 is fine.
Yeah.
And if you think Jolene could have a cooler name now that he is like half demon, what name should it be? Also give us a rating. I don't accept anything less than 5 stars.
So do that.
Give me that.
Sweet. Next episode, we will be doing chapters 41 to the end of the book, which is 59. And then after that, we'll be doing an interview with the author himself, Wes See. So really excited for that. Thank you guys so much for listening again. And I keep reading more evil. I almost fucking forgot that.
You almost forgot to say that.
All right.
Also, buy this book. It's available on Amazon.
Link will be below. Mm-hmm.
Yep, link will be right there below. Pick up a copy and follow up and catch up to whatever we're reading, which you just said.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.